Let's talk about perhaps the most important part of your RV camping experience, whether you're at a campsite or whether you're boondocking, and that has to do with water and all the things that you need to have good water. You start with, of course, if you're in a campground or even most boondocking spots, you're going to fill up with somebody's water someplace. Now, you see how much pressure that is? You got to be aware of how much pressure that is. We'll talk about that in a minute. But also, when you start off, always let it run for about 30 seconds. It may look clear, but that's the sediment will accumulate in there, and you want to get any sediment, heavy sediment out. That's not saying that there won't be more sediment in it, and that's why you're going to need some of the products we're going to show you. But always run that filter a little bit and take note of how much water pressure there is. And that'll be leading us to something that I want to show you right now. And this is some basic stuff that you have to do every single season. Sometimes a couple of different times of the season, but I'm going to show you just 3 different products that I recommend. And they come from a company called Camco. And let's open this box here and show you what we have. Now, Camco's Taste Pure water filter is the #1 water filter in America. And this has a multi-stage filtration system, and it protects against, first of all, bad taste, bacteria, odors, chlorine, sediment, and many other things. It is, of course, marked always safe for RV and marine use. This goes between the spigot and the hose that connects to your RV water fill. This is a carbon filter. It is lead-free. Notice here again it says RV Marine Water Filter. This really will reduce the bad taste, the odor, the sediment, much more. I recommend you start every season with a new water filter, and this Taste Pure is the one that we recommend. You also want to replace this about midway in the camping season. And again, you don't want to keep these and use the one from last year because then you don't get all the water out, and the bacteria can form in there. So when you're not using it for months at a time, start the season with the new one. If you're a regular camper, do a fair amount of camping, think about replacing it mid-season as well. This is just an awesome one. This is really one of the best ones that we have found. It is an activated carbon filter, and it has certification that it has it right up there to the very top of them. You notice here there's a place where you can say date of first use. If you're not sure, fill that in. But you know, I'm going to start mine, say, in April 10th, 2024, or whatever year it is. And then when you are through this, you'll say, oh, you know what, I should probably replace this. I've had this in there for 3-4 months. You'll find this really does improve the taste of your water. You should not drink any water from a campground spigot unless it has a filter attached. And the filter comes with a flexible little length of hose. This would go on the filter, and this is a very easy connect. Turns very easy, and you'd put that on the spigot. So that's a really nice little thing, and it's flexible because sometimes, you know, you have a little angle that you got to get, and that hose will bend a little bit. So it comes right with that, no extra cost. Let me show you how this filter works. Here's a cutaway drawing of it, and you'll see all these different levels. But let's start right here. This is a water filter washer. It keeps the solids out, the debris and sediment that are often found in water spigots. There's a pre-filtration layer, which is a preventive. It's a little foam barrier that kind of helps get things going. Then there's the activated carbon, which reduces the bad taste, the odor, any chlorine or sediment. There's this superior KDF additive, and this is what protects against the growth of bacteria, fungus, mold. There's a post-filtration layer, which again is another one of those preventative foam barriers. And then finally a spun polypropylene filter, which is 20 micron filtration that removes any additional particles. So there they are, 6 different steps of filtration on this Taste Pure water filter. Now this is something that you need to get every year, and I recommend you start at the beginning of the camping season with this. I recommend this one. This is the Camco Evo Flex. It is a very flexible with no memory hose, safe for RV and marine drinking water. You always want to get a hose that clearly says drinking water hose. This one, because it's flexible, is going to stay flexible in cold weather. It's very easy. It will not kink, and that is really important. It is lead free. It is BPA free. It makes your water taste better. And I always say at the beginning of every season, you should get a brand new hose. Now the reason that is so important is because after you put away the hose in the fall, you're not going to get all the water out of there. Bacteria can grow because it's going to be warming up, the hose is going to get warm, and you don't want to put a hose out that has a lot of bacteria in it. I also recommend that if you are a full-timer or a heavy camper, by that I mean every weekend, and you go through a lot of water, you hook up to a lot of campground water, you probably want to think about replacing this twice a year. This is just really good stuff. I get the 25-foot part. You can get two of them and put them together and get 50-foot, or you can get a longer extension as well. But the 25-foot works usually the best. This is Evo Flex, and I highly recommend this. We've had just really great luck with these. Now the reason you need a water pressure regulator like this is because so many RV parks are just really erratic in how much pressure they give. Many of the newer ones have way over pressure, and you want to keep your pressure under 50 pounds per square inch. And a couple things I like about this Camco one. One, it is brass, and you can see how easy these fittings are. This just goes right on the spigot, and of course your hose attaches here. You'd really want to put your filter, your water filter, in line at that point. There is a gauge which shows you how much pressure there is, and should it be too much, this screw can be adjusted, and this will allow the selection of the desired pressure that you want. These are standard garden hose threads. This is lead-free brass, and that is an important thing when you're choosing one. Highly recommend this, the Camco Adjustable RV Water Pressure Regulator. For all these things, the filter, the hose, the pressure regulator, we will put links in the description below so that you can find them. They're from Amazon. They're available, you know, at camping stores and many of the big box department stores like Walmart. But Amazon's probably the best place for overall delivery and quick pricing, good pricing. So we'll put links in the description below. They'll be our affiliate links, but you know what that means. You've dealt with that before. We get a little bit if you buy, but it doesn't affect your price. It's a way for you to sort of support the channel if you use our Amazon links. All right, I'm Mike Wendland. Happy camping.